Hello everybody, my name is Raxef, and today's video is going to be a little bit different because I want to start off a new series called This Week in Warcraft. It's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, every week I'm going to be going through any of the events that are happening in the world of Warcraft, talking about them. If there's anything big, like the upcoming Halloween event, then I'm going to be explaining them in a little bit more detail. But I also want to take this time as sort of a community roundup, ask any sort of questions that I may have for you guys, answer any questions that you may have asked of me in the past week, and ultimately just kind of have a coming together in this channel. So let's jump into it. So first of all, the pet battle bonus event is this week, and that means that your pets will be gaining experience at triple the rate. This is going to be really helpful if you've been kind of straggling behind getting your pets leveled up and you really just want to get it all done in one blast. Having triple experience will really help in getting them up to level 25. Furthermore, you're going to be able to complete a quest called The Very Best, in which you need to beat 5 players in a PvP pet battle. Completing this quest will earn you an ultimate battle training stone, which will instantly level one of your pets up to 25. So if there's one that's kind of been really straggling behind, then you just want to get it out of the way and get it to 25, completing this quest will be a great way to do that. Personally, pet battling is not something that I've really done in the World of Warcraft, but it is something that I've been wanting to check out more and more often. So I figure there's no better time like the present, particularly with this bonus event, so I'm at least going to try and get one of my pets up to level 25 and see exactly how this system works. If you want to learn a little bit more information about this event, or you're like me and you have absolutely no idea what's going on with pet battles, Wowhead has 2 really extensive guides that I'm going to be linking in the description down below. Next up, starting October 14th is the Great Gnomeregan Run, and this micro-holiday was actually inspired by a fan event called the Running of the Gnomes, which was an effort to bring the community together to raise awareness and charity funds for the Cleveland Clinic, which is developing a vaccine in order to completely wipe out breast cancer. This is basically a community race that starts in New Tinkertown in Dunmoreau and ends in Booty Bay in Stranglethorn. There are no cool in-game events cool in-game items that you can get from participating in this event, but I think it's a really great thing that Blizzard has officially acknowledged this fan event and they're drawing more and more attention to it, so I hope that means that more people will show up and more people will donate to this amazing cause. I'm certainly going to try to be there, and I hope you guys will be as well. Also, I will be leaving links in the description down below where you can find out more information about this charity event, particularly where you can go to donate and spread the message. And finally, our 3 mythic affixes for the week are Bursting, Skittish, and Tyrannical. For Bursting, basically every time a non-boss enemy dies, you take 10% of your total health and damage over 4 seconds. What this means is that you're going to kind of want to do the opposite of what it suggests, and you're going to want to not AoE burst all of the adds down. Instead, you're going to want to communicate with your tanks, pick one target at a time, get that target from 100 to 0 as quickly as you can, get your healer on the job to heal you guys all back up, and then focus on the next target. Depending on how many adds there are, you might be able to take down 1, 2, or maybe 3 additional mobs, but this effect does stack, and depending on how good your healer is, you may want to take it a little bit slower than you normally would. So primarily focus one add down at a time with Bursting. Skittish is pretty simple. All it means is that tanks will be generating 75% less rage. So if you're a hunter or a rogue and you have a threat redirection ability, you're going to want to be using it as frequently as possible in order to make sure that the mobs stay on the tank and don't go wandering off towards your other party members, potentially pulling other mobs as well. CC also helps really well in this, particularly AoE CC, like Shockwave if you're a warrior. You're not going to want to be AoEing these mobs down too much because, once again, bursting is an effect, but the AoE stuns do help to keep the mobs all in one contained area instead of having them go off towards your various party members. And lastly, with Tyrannical, bosses have more health and deal 15% more damage. The biggest thing that I can stress about Tyrannical is that mechanics absolutely do matter. Some mechanics in these dungeons, particularly once you get into the higher levels, they're just going to one-shot you. So I know, particularly if you're well geared, you think you don't really need to pay attention to dungeon mechanics, but if you're mythic level 12 or 13 or higher, these dungeon mechanics can absolutely one-shot you, and also boss battles will last incredibly long, putting a great deal of strain on your healers if you take unnecessary damage from various sources. So please, for the sake of your tanks and your healers, if you are DPS, just do the mechanics as best you can so that you don't get one-shot or take any unnecessary damage. And that's going to do it for this week in Warcraft. I hope you guys took something away from this episode. I know it wasn't super heavy in terms of the events, but I figured why not start out small, and we can really delve into it, particularly once we get later in October and I get to cover the Halloween event, which I'm really, really excited for. I do have a question for you guys. What do you think to see, or what do you hope to see from BlizzCon? Because we're less than a month away. I'm excited because I'm going to be going there and covering a whole bunch of different Warcraft panels and really soaking up as much as I can. It's going to be my first time at BlizzCon, so I'm going to hopefully be able to make a couple of videos during that time, keep you guys up to date with what's happening. But I'm really interested. A lot of people have their sights set on the new expansion and what particularly could be coming with that. Maybe Jaina is going to be making a major appearance, maybe some old gods with N'Zoth, maybe we're going to Kul Tiras. Ultimately, we have no idea, but I'd love to hear what you guys are looking forward to from BlizzCon, and maybe I will cover that in a future video. With that being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one. See you later.